Now, the third thing I wanted to focus on is learning from experience. What I've done, I don't like what I'm about to do, but let me do it anyway. I don't like little charts that have steps because those suggest linearity and sequence, and it doesn't really work that way. But let me begin by suggesting a series of steps. I'll put them all up, and then we'll talk about them. We all learn in sacred places that we are to learn from our own experience the good from the evil. Now, we do something. We perform some act. Doesn't matter what it is. Once it's done, then we have an opportunity to reflect on it. I would suggest to you it's almost impossible to reflect upon what you're doing as you're doing it. So it can only come after the fact that we reflect on what we do. Out of that reflection can come powerful learning. One of our granddaughters yesterday had given a speech at school as a part of a campaign to become a classroom problem solver. They were having, I think 10 of the students had applied to be candidates for this position. And each one had to give a speech, have a little campaign. Sister Bednar, with her typical wisdom, said, "Emily, don't use any notes when you give your talk, and have your mom bake cookies and give them away as part of what you're doing. It will guarantee a victory." Well, we called Emily yesterday, and I said, "Emily, how'd your speech go?" "Oh, it was great. Did you have fun?" "Yeah." I said, "What did you learn by doing that?" Now, for her, she got up, had her thoughts organized. All the other children had notes and paper, and they read their speeches. She kind of took a leap of faith to see if she could stretch a little bit and do that. It was fascinating, though, because when we asked her the question, "What did you learn?" she hadn't thought about that. Most of us never think about that. And she kind of hesitated for quite some period of time, like, "Well, I'm not sure I know what that question means." There is something to be said for seeking the companionship of the Holy Ghost to help us know things as they really are, as they were, and as they really will be. You can begin to see the elements of those three components of truth identified in the steps that we're talking about here. So after we do something, we have an opportunity to reflect on it, to learn from it. Then we begin to look to the future, where we plan on, okay, given what I just did, and it only marginally worked very well, so here's the lesson going forward I ought to make sure that I incorporate into what I do. And then you just have a cycle where that keeps going, and we become, with the companionship of the Holy Ghost, our own best teachers and learners.